Well, hi, my name is retired Colonel Michael Bob Starr, and I really appreciate this opportunity to talk to the people of West Texas, particularly our agricultural producers, and we have many of them in this region. And as I said, I'm really grateful for the opportunity to introduce myself to them and talk a little bit about what my priorities are and what the thoughts that I bring into this race for Congress. I am in this race because I believe Washington has too many politicians and not enough leaders. I'm not a politician. I've never run for office before. What I have done for 23 years is defend the Constitution as an officer in the United States Air Force. I've been a B-1 pilot, a strategist, and a commander. And as you might expect, I've spent most of my career in the fight against terrorism, and I've led in that fight. I was in the first formation of B-1s to enter Afghan airspace after 9/11, dropped one of the first bombs on the Taliban while the World Trade Center was still smoking. I volunteered to return to the Middle East for 1,100 total days of deployment since 9/11, including a year in Baghdad on General Petraeus' staff during the surge when times were pretty tough in Iraq. I've also served as a deputy commander of our largest air base in the Middle East and have 600 total combat hours in 5 different airplanes. Most of that is in the B-1, 50 combat missions in the B-1. I've had 14 total assignments in the Air Force. 4 of those have been to Dyess Air Force Base outside of Abilene. So I've lived in Abilene for 7.5 years and was very happy and honored to make West Texas and Abilene my home after I retired. My last assignment, I was the commander of the base, and I think some people believe that commanding a B-1 base is all about launching fleets of B-1s into the sky to take the fight to our nation's enemies, and we certainly did that, and that was a very satisfying part of the job. But I also took care of a population of 12 to 15,000 people. I had an annual budget of $100 million. So I tell people running Dyess Air Force Base was like running a small city with a really big airport. If it had been a city unto itself, it would have been the 5th or 6th largest city in the district. But I ran a police force, I ran a fire department, I ran a clinic, I ran a retail operation. And so it was a lot like being the mayor of a city and making real life and death decisions under pressure. I've been married for 23 years to my wife, Kim. Was married right after I was commissioned in the Air Force. We have 2 grown sons, and I'm very proud that we raised 2 godly young men who are now in college. If you believe in defending the Constitution as strongly as I do, if you believe that Washington has enough politicians and could use a few more leaders, and if you believe that someone who spent 23 years defending this nation knows what to do to keep your family, you, and this district secure, then I'd appreciate your vote, and I thank you for listening.